going to be doing a fun, different video because this is actually a 1-year update on the Paris Hilton Cookware collection that I purchased over a year ago. It's been about a year and a month now that I have owned these, and I'm going to show you guys what these look like after a year of use. If you guys want to see my original unboxing review type of video on all of these products, definitely check that out. I will have it linked below, but today we're just going to go ahead and get into what do these look like now, would I still recommend them, all my thoughts and opinions on these products. So starting off, I think we're gonna start with the knife block set. So if you guys don't remember what it looked like, it looks like this. Was the very cute little heart-shaped knife block and all the knives in here and the kitchen scissors. So as far as the wear and tear of this goes, I do have a few little minor spots like right here. There is a spot where some of the pink paint has chipped off, as well as this section down here. There is a little bit where the paint has chipped off as well. I will try to insert up close videos so you can really see the details of what I'm talking about. I know that not all of this is very obvious to see at a distance like this. And then I didn't take a picture of this, but on the bottom it looks like there is a little bit of cracking here in the pink paint part, and it's kind of just on one spot. I wonder if that has something to do with moisture kind of getting on the underside of the knife block here, because I do have this relatively close to my kitchen sink. But other than those minor little defects that I talked about, otherwise the knife block still is in a decent condition. It doesn't look considerably worn or anything like that, but there are just those little spots. Now I cannot say the same thing for the actual knife set from this set. So first things first, starting off with the pink scissors here, this is what they look like. Now I have to say, I honestly do not use these scissors too much because of my experience that I had with the knives. And long story short, I have like several pairs of kitchen scissors that I don't mind using a whole lot because they're not like pretty and special to me. So I tend to use those more than this one. I probably use these a handful of times. These do not have as much wear to them because I kind of like tried to keep these nice. So I wouldn't quite say this is a true accurate representation of a year of wear because I honestly didn't really use these very much. But where I was really let down is with the actual knives themselves. And once again, I will try to do up closes of this so you can really see what I'm talking about. So with the knives particularly, I tried to be relatively gentle with them, and I kind of did like a little experiment. So especially with these ones down here, these are the like steak knives. Was very particular of if I would put these into the dishwasher or not, and I think in the clip you'll be able to see this hopefully. If you look at the leftmost knife, you will notice that one has significantly less of that gold color on the metal. I would say about 90% of the gold on this one, as far as like the little end cap here, has completely gone away, and it's now this kind of silver kind of color. And you might also notice the same thing on this portion of the knife. It has definitely discolored to a silver color, like a stainless steel or whatever it is. It is not gold anymore, but you can see the blade of the knife still has retained that gold color. But the little like hilt of the knife, for a lack of a better term, and the butt of the knife definitely did not survive the dishwasher. Now this one has probably gone through the dishwasher probably upwards of 10 times, and it has completely eaten away that gold on the cap parts of the knife handle. And if you look at the one to the right of that, you'll see it's a little more gold, and then go to the right of that one, it's a little more gold than that one, and then if you go all the way to the far right, you will see this one has the most gold still on it of the 4 steak knives, and that is because that far right one has probably only gone through the dishwasher maybe once or twice. Then the one next to that one went through, I would say probably anywhere from 3 to 5 times. The one left of that probably about 6 to 8 times, and then the one on the leftmost is the one that has gone through the dishwasher the most amount of times. You can kind of see the gradient of the gold wearing away on the caps of the knives. And then as far as like the larger knives at the top, I think only 1 or 2 of those might have gone through the dishwasher once or twice. I tried to be very careful to only hand wash these. So this one here, I think this is the, which one is this? I think this one is the Santoku knife. Yeah, this one, the hilt of it is still, this is what I'm calling the hilt. It is still gold. The blade itself is still gold, and the cap of it is also still gold. And I really was more careful with these, and I would hand wash them 99% of the time. Like I said, I think 1 or 2 of these might have gone through the dishwasher once or twice, but I did try to only hand wash these, which, if you guys know me, I'm not really a hand washing kind of girl. I am a throw it in the dishwasher, let it go kind of girl. I don't really like super fussy things that like, oh, I have to baby it and take care of it. I don't really like things like that. But unfortunately, you can see the difference between the one that only went through maybe once and then the one that has gone through probably 10 plus times. The color difference is significant as far as the tips go. So I'm not gonna lie, I was a little let down as far as the gold fading and wearing away. I kind of feel like that happens with a lot of gold flatware as well, like spoons and knives, like I've seen is really trendy to kind of have like gold flatware, but I just feel like 99% of the time it all tarnishes or washes away after significant use. So I've kind of like wanted to stay away from the gold flatware for that reason, because I'm like, I don't want to spend money on this and then it all to look grimy in the end anyway. That is the update on the knife block and the knives themselves, but you guys might remember I also got the pot set as well, so I will do a quick update on these. So the first one I'm gonna update you guys on is the Dutch oven. So now, to be fair, this one I have probably used maybe twice, maybe 3 times in the entire time that I've had this, just because I find that I don't typically use something like this too often. I just don't feel like a lot of the things that I make warrant using this, but like I said, I think I've used it probably 2 to 3 times most. So this one is actually going to be in very good condition comparative to the other ones that have gotten way more use. So just a fair disclaimer, this was a very lightly used item. So as far as the lid goes, I mean, everything looks pretty good on this one. None of the gold was like fading or anything, but also this might have gone through the wash 1 time or would have been hand washed otherwise. And then as far as the inside of it, it still looks really good, as it should for only using it a couple times. This ceramic in here is still really nice, looks fine. And then the bottom of it looks like this, still looks great. I can't say the same for all the other ones, but I'll let you know. So this will be a good kind of benchmark of like what the bottom of these originally looked like. So the couple times that I did use this, I'm pretty sure I was using it on a very low simmering type of heat. So you'll definitely see there's not a whole lot of wear to this. And I do really love this Dutch oven. I just haven't really had a whole lot of opportunity to use it just because I don't really need this big of a pot very much. I do live alone and I'm not cooking large meals and stuff. So I just haven't really had the opportunity to use this one much, but I do quite like it. Okay, so moving on to the smaller pan. This is kind of like a sauce pot pan, I guess. And this one I have definitely used 10 to 15 times. Again, not as much as the pans, the frying pans. So once again, this one doesn't have a whole lot of wear and tear to it. It's still looking pretty good. Once again, the lid looks really good. I'm pretty sure that has gone through the dishwasher a couple times maybe. Once again, the ceramic on the inside still looks really good. It's not scratched up or anything. I am very particular of only using like wood or silicone utensils with my ceramic and non-stick pans. I do not use any type of metal utensil, which obviously is going to extend the life of your pots and pans. And once again, the bottom of this one is also looking pretty good. There are just a couple super minor, like little stained kind of spots, but otherwise still looks pretty good. All right, you guys, now this one is gonna be a little bit of a doozy. You're definitely gonna see some wear and tear on this one, and hopefully, once again, the up closes will really let you see that better. So we're gonna start with the smaller of the 2 pans. I can't remember the exact dimensions of the pans at the moment, but you guys will know. So here is the smaller of the 2 pans. Once again, the ceramic here does look really good. There's no scratches in here. However, I will say there is a very, very slight discoloring to the ceramic bottom here. I can actually kind of see it really, the difference like right here. There's kind of like a little demarcation line almost. It is a little subtle, but I can see it in person. But honestly, it's really nothing that insanely drastic. Now, one spot that I do see a bit of wear is at the little joint here where the handle meets the pan. There's definitely a little bit of yellowing there. And then just some very slight on the very edge of the pan here. A little bit of spots of like scrapes where like the ceramic has kind of worn away, but it is very, very slight. Now, prepare you guys when I show you the bottom of this because it's not pretty. This is what the pan looks like. Now this is a completely clean pan. This is heat damage from using this on high heat. So obviously you are going to have some wear and tear to the bottom of your pans if you are using this for extreme temperatures. And I think you can also see here under the handle here and at this join, there's also a lot more yellowing there as well. And you might even be able to see around this area, there's like little spots where almost the color of the pan has kind of like left these weird like speckles. And before you guys start saying you need barkeeper's friend, you need blah 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 product to get all that stuff off there, you guys, I have done a number on this thing to try to clean it up and see if I can bring it back to its former glory like the pot bottoms there. This is of course from using a high heat on my stove, so there's kind of nothing you can really do about that honestly with this being a ceramic bottom. Now I have since seen at, I think it was like Ross or TJ Maxx, there was some more Paris Hilton cookware there that I saw, but it had the stainless steel bottom, I believe. So if you have a pan like that, it can maybe counteract some of this type of high heat usage, wear and tear, but mine are a fully ceramic pan, so not much I could do about that. And then moving on to the last one, which is the larger of the two pans, very similar compared to the last one. So here is what the inside of it looks like. I think there is just a tiny bit of like a slight discoloration towards the center of the bottom of the pan. Maybe you can see that, maybe you can't. Otherwise, still looking pretty good. No scrapes or anything in the pan, of course. Now I do have, again, a little bit of scratches on the very rim of the pan here. We also have a little bit of yellowing here on the handle, but not as bad as the smaller one. I was kind of surprised by that. And once again, the back of this pan has that same kind of uneven coloring from using this with high heat. These two pans are the two items I have used the absolute most out of all of the items that I have purchased from the Paris Hilton collection. So those two rightfully do have the most wear and tear on them. I still think that, like, especially from like the top of these, still in pretty good condition. Now I will say, yes, this doesn't look so pretty with the kind of burn discolorations and all that, but honestly, I mean, I use these like on a daily basis. So at the end of the day, what do I think of all these? Do I think they hold up? Would I still recommend them? My opinions on these is that anything you use is going to have wear and tear to them. Honestly, I do still really like these pans as far as like the functionality of them. I really love the non-stick coating. The ceramic material of it really does make for a really nice, easy to use cooking utensil type of experience. Of course, if you were using like a metal spatula on this like day in and day out, yeah, you're going to have a totally scratched up bottom of your pan. So I definitely try to be conscious of that and just use like silicone utensils, and honestly they're my favorite anyways, so it's a win-win and it keeps my pans in better condition. Knowing what I know now, what would I have bought and what would I have skipped on? So I think for me, I absolutely would have still gotten the pot set because it's a really nice variety of pots, and even though I haven't used the Dutch oven nearly as much, I have gotten a ton of use out of the other three pans for the most part, and I do quite still like them a lot. Now, do I wish the ceramic bottoms looked brand new and pristine? Of course I wish they did. However, the only way to do that is to only use them in low heats, but that's just not always going to work for depending on what you're making. Sometimes you need to use a high heat. And if anyone's wondering, I have an electric stove, so I do not have a gas stove, so there's not like an actual open flame or anything on mine. It's all electric flat top stove, if that made a difference or not for you. As far as the knife block goes, I think that I still would have bought this again knowing what I know now, just because I really love the knife block itself. I mean, this is so cute. I love it, and anytime someone comes over to my house and they see it, they're like, oh my gosh, that is so you. Where did you get it? And it just makes me happy every time I look at this sitting on my counter. I love it a lot. I actually have another different brand of pink knife set, and the knife block on that one is just like really not cute. I kind of tried to like DIY it to kind of like make it look a little less ugly, but it's just nowhere near as cute as this one. I will have to say though, I am a little disappointed at the quality of the knives with the gold coming off. In hindsight, I could have hand washed these and never have use them in the dishwasher, which would have preserved some of the gold color, but I just hate any type of utensil that you have to baby that much that you cannot even put it in a dishwasher. So I am a little let down by that, unfortunately. But the knives themselves, as far as how much I like them, I really like the 4 like kitchen knives. I don't really like the steak knives as much. They're kind of like that half serrated, so it's only like serrated on the first half and then it's flat on the back. I kind of wish the serrations were a little less severe. I don't know, I just don't love using these, like especially if I'm having like steak or something. I just don't love those knives. So I probably would still get this again, but really be annoyed at having to hand wash them all the time. But I guess that is a little bit of a trade-off. These are a relatively less expensive knife set as far as like how much you can spend on knives. You can like break the bank on a really good knife block set with knives. So for the price that I paid for this, it's escaping me at the moment. I feel like it was $50 or $60 for it. Would I buy it again knowing what I know now? I probably would, just because it's so cute. All right guys, so that is the 1 year plus update on my Paris Hilton cookware. I think that it's still available. Maybe, I think some people said they found it like on clearance at their Walmart. So if that is still around and you've been wanting them, I would say definitely pick them up on clearance because I do think they're very cute. Overall, I'm glad that they have lasted this long. I would expect cookware to last longer than a year, but overall I do still like these. Of course, I wish they were perfect and pristine, but honestly, if you're not using the product, that is the only way to keep it that pretty. So in the end, I do still like these. They do have their pros and cons, so I hope that this video was helpful for you guys. If you have these items yourself, or if you were thinking of buying them, or if you were just curious, I hope that this helped you out in some way. Alright guys, so that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on social media. Links are below. And until my next video, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.